first match just completed. Scott Devers with 7 strikes defeated Pete Weber. 217 to 213. Pete with $5,500 in the money lead. And now it is Devers going against Firpo as we look at Charlie Hodges on the left and Jerry Mullane of Columbus, Ohio, 2 executives with Budweiser, and what a job they do in all sports. But of course, we're so appreciative of what they do for bowling.
Very sorry, Tris. And Jerry reading the tour program available at all the bowling sites. Now Deaver, 1 match, 1 win under his belt, first shot.
Oh, he has 8 strikes today. Richmond, Indiana's gift to bowling. Richmond being the home of Earlham College, Quaker institution, home of Singing Sam the Barbasol Man, the beginning of the record industry. Tintype.
Here's a young player who's made a lot of changes in his game. He's coming into his own. A lot of power, but it's under control.
Well, Joe Firpo, Lake Worth, Florida, 26 years old.
I really like his game. He holds the ball low like Holman, has a really good arm swing, shoulder high. Look at that wrist position, great pivot step, and tremendous follow through. I don't think Joe really realizes yet how good he can be. He needs a little more self-confidence. A win today would go a long way towards that, and he can be one of the top stars for a long time on the tour. Second frame.
It begins with a double. The man that has won title of doubles, doing it with Del Warren. They won the Showboat doubles from the number 2 seed, 214 to 207 over Brian Voss and Les Sykes. Strike up, second frame. Six pin, Bo.
Devers has struggled a little bit on the right-hand lane. He crossed over twice in the Weber match on the last ball to win the match, and in the 8th frame to get a strike. And here he goes a little bit high. He's gone with a little more speed. A couple ways to adjust to a bowling lane. You can move your feet, increase the ball speed, or change balls. For Scott Devers, he's using a little extra speed to hold the line.
All right. Tomorrow, ABC Sports travels to Spain for the season premiere of the World League of American Football. We'll see the New York, New Jersey Knights collide against the Barcelona Dragons, beginning live, except on the West Coast at 1 Eastern, 12 Central in the Pacific. That's tomorrow on ABC Sports. World League of American Football. That's tomorrow here on ABC. It'll be fun to watch.
That's for sure. Devers with the full grip, holds the ball on the side, fairly straight shot, keeps everything under control. Wants to fill all the frames.
Beautiful strike. And Bo, where they're playing that game, it's an absolutely beautiful stadium built in Barcelona for Olympic Games coming up in '92.
And I'm sure that everybody will enjoy it. It'll be interesting. Good, solid football in the springtime, but now it's bowling. So far, Joe Firpo is perfect through 2 frames.
Well, the 5 nearly took out the 2, and there's the Firpo smile.
Just a really nice guy. And an interesting shot by our director, Larry Cam. Watch the head pin. Goes to the sideboard. This is the power. This head pin drives in behind the 2, 4, and 5. Knocks them all out, but the 2. Firpo almost trips it.
Joe Firpo has struggled this winter, and sudden pressure from his sponsor added special meaning to this tournament.
Well, it seems because of my poor showing this winter, I guess my sponsors are getting a little impatient, and this tournament in particular really helped me out, got my confidence back. I hope it restores their confidence too.
I think they ought to stick with this young man.
He's got a lot of potential, Chris. I've seen him, as I said before, as a junior bowler down in Florida when I did some exhibitions. A little self-confidence, a few dollars in the bank. He'll make some today. He'll be ready to go.
Getting a bad break, coming up too high.
I think the main change Joe has made in his game is he doesn't loft the ball as much over the foul line, which is good. But I think he needs to get a little bit more disciplined at the foul line. That time he had a good shot, but he just kind of pulled away from the foul line. It's like kind of throwing a ball or swinging a baseball bat and punching at it instead of extending through it, and that would help his game. Makes that ball set up and not go high.
Oh, great way to visualize how to do it properly. Your explanation.
Thank you.
And Bo today on his tip of the week will be what you should carry in your bowling bag. Don't miss that either. Okay, take a little break here. We'll be back.
Oh, hi. I'm Randy Peterson, and I just made this stop to tell you about our next stop. It's the PBA National Championship, next Saturday on ABC Sports Pro Bowlers Tour.
Randy Peterson next week. And very seriously, Scott Devers, while we're away, running behind our time frame, he left a 4-7 in the fourth because of a high hit marked with a spare. And then in the fifth frame, just completed a strike. Leading by 8 pins is this man, Joe Firpo, in his 5th ever telecast. His last was in 1988 in Windsor, Ontario. Oh, no. 4, 6, 7, 10. Stephanie Barr, Joe's fiancée, has a right to be blue. Coming up high, and the result, disaster. Here's his shot, covering the 6th pin. A lot of speed, hoping for a little luck, Bo.
Thank you, Chris. Man has won the U.S. Open, closing in on $1 million in earnings. And I think one of the keys to being successful, David Houston, in the final round is staying calm under the pressure. What do you do to stay smooth out there on the lanes?
Well, once I find the shot early in the week, I just try to play my game. I don't care if Norm Duke's playing the gutter or I'm playing the 4th arrow. I have to do what Dave Houston does best, and that's play my game.
How about your nerves?
The first couple shots I'll be a little nervous, but after that, hopefully I can get zoomed in there and ready to go.
He's a toughie. He'll be in the semifinal, Chris.
Okay. And it'll meet either Devers or Firpo, who has the 2 and sleeper 8. Sort of a light hit into the pocket for Joe, as you see the pin setter. I wonder if it's on or off spot down there. The advantage of having a close-up camera, our ABC crew.
Well, if the machine hits the pin, it can be moved back over. But if it's a natural pin action, it has to stay where it is.
Doesn't matter, did it? The way to cover that 2-8. Dave Houston, whom you just talked to, sort of the model, I think, out here on the tour. One of them, along with Brian Foss, a few more. They have some qualities that are exemplary.
That's for sure. And here's a young man coming into his own. He has a commanding 8-pin lead. He can make it 18.
And then remember, because of the Open, 4, 6, 7, 10, Firpo, he led by 8, but then trailed by 8, and now trails by 18.
Scott Devers playing the left side of the lane. He's going to line up right about in the center, and he's going to slide right about in the center. And he's going to have a pretty smooth trajectory out over the first arrow.
Seven pin.
Wow, he's had a couple of times in his Weber match, and in this match he could have taken a commanding lead, and something happens. It was a solid 9 in the Weber match, back with the solid 7 here in the 7th frame against Joe Firpo. Keeps the match close and doesn't have to be said again, but I'll say it. This young man is one of the best spare shooters on the tour, and I doubt if he'll even come close to missing this. He'll maintain a 17-pin lead.
15th telecast for Scott Devers, 5 for his opponent Joe Firpo. Devers leads by 17.
An elite field remains for the final test of speed, strength, and skill. It's the conclusion of the Jeep Superstars next on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Scott Devers leads by 7 with a spur up as a result of a double by Firpo. 4-6-10.
Boy, you just had a feeling that was coming. He had been struggling on that lane. He's either crossed over or hit solid. Now he cuts right through the middle. He had a 7-pin lead. He's going to fall behind in this match. The only thing he can do is go over and knock down the 6 and 10 pins and go on to the 9th frame. It'll be a close match.
All right.
Silly mistake there. Good spare shooter. He doesn't have to go for that 4-6 split. He needs to just knock down the 2 pins. It actually cost him 1. It's a bad gamble as he asks for a re-rack here on the left-hand lane in the 9th frame. No reason to go for the 6-10 here, or at least to slide it over. Such a low percentage shot, at least 1,000 to 1. Take the sure pin. Just keep the pin count up. Right now, he trails by 8 pins coming into the 9th frame. Potential 214. Firpo going at a 2:02 pace.
Left lane. Broke up the split, but still the 4-7. Scott won his first match over Pete Weber 217 to 213. 7 strikes.
Both players concentrating on their own games as it comes down to the final 2 frames. Firpo, a 8-pin lead. Devers been a little soft with this ball speed in the last 2 frames. Has gotten him in trouble.
It was an open in the 5th for Firpo, an open in the 8th for Devers, and this is our second match, the winner to meet Dave Houston.
Big shot for Firpo here. He's had an opportunity. He's struggled the whole game. He has trailed except for the first 2 frames. Now he has an opportunity in the 9th frame to open up an 18-pin lead. He just need a mark in the 10th for victory. Key shot.
Stephanie Barr's fiance loved it.
Boy, there's a shot that made the great Don Carter the great player he was. The love tap on the 6 and 10. Watch Firpo, a good power shot out there. Now watch the action of the 6-pin on the right-hand part of your screen. Just bumps out the 10. Firpo has an 8-10 pin lead, and all he needs is a mark.
Firpo from Lake Worth, Florida, 5th telecast. 1 win. That was a doubles event victory at the Showboat in Las Vegas.
Waiting for a ball return. Boy, you can see the oil on that ball as it came out of that return rack. I said it's a very lubricious condition out there today, and it's all over the track of his ball. See where his index finger is? But right now for Firpo, just needs a good mark, and he'll go on to meet Houston.
No way you can miss that, too.
No way. He'll make this 2-pin. He'll end up with a game around 210 and shut out Scott Devers. We know that, right, partner?
Yeah. Easy to sit up here and say that.
Needs a spare and 4 pins to reach the semifinal.
Oh, surprising amount of speed to cover the 2. Wanted to keep it straight, and he did. Right on it.
Now here's a case that comes to point once again. It's come up more often this year, obviously, with Del Ballard throwing the ball in the channel. Throw it down the middle. You're going to get 4 pins anyway down the middle. Don't even take a chance on fouling, hitting your ankle, or even swinging it wide.
Got 211 and victory. He'll go in against Dave Houston. Our bowling tip of the week. What to carry in your bowling bag.